Welcome to Learning English with Captain Binoy Varakil, Assistant Professor, Department of English, St. Joseph's College, Devagiri, Kozhikode, Kerala. On 4th January, the 5th semester BA English main exams begin, and I'm sure my students have prepared very well for the examination. I wish you all the best for your exams. Once again, go through all the portions, prepare very well, and just do your best in your examination. May God bless you all. With this introduction, let me begin this lecture today. In fact, all the students and the professors and the teachers know the fact that before the examination, we have to discuss the question papers of the previous semesters. And today, I'm discussing some of the question papers of the previous years. We know that we have 5 papers this semester. First exam is the open course, then we have literary criticism and theory, and thereafter we have the examination language and linguistics. Thereafter we have the paper modern English literature, and the last exam is Indian writing in English. I have collected some question papers, and I'm going to discuss these question papers, and I'm sure this series of lectures in which I discuss the question papers will definitely help you. So I have collected 5 questions each of all these papers. For literary criticism I have 5 question paper, for linguistics I have 5, and for modern English literature and for Indian writing in English I have 5 questions. So I'm planning to discuss all these question papers, and I'm sure many questions are asked repeatedly. So your familiarity with the previous year's questions will help you get a very good score. So I request you listen, attend or watch these lectures completely, and if you don't have copies of these question papers, write down these questions and answers and do well in your examination. So when you go for examination, you will have the blessings of your teachers, your professors, and all your well-wishers, and I'm sure you will do it well. But besides that, you should ensure that you have done your task. Your task is to study very well. Of course, God is there to help you, and God is always there to help you, but God will help you only when you do your task. What does it mean? It means you make your life. Life is what you make of it. So no one can help you accomplish your dreams. With hard work, with perseverance, with consistent hard work, and with determination, you can achieve any goal. So I wish you all the best. This is in fact my first lecture in 2021. Today is January 1st, and now the time is early morning, 3:30. So I do this as a New Year gift for all my students. Let's come to the discussion of the questions. Before that, let me tell you one more point. Please write neatly. Write neatly, answer to the point, and try to follow the very order of the questions. Like, don't write from there and here. It will be causing some difficulty for your examiners. So just try to follow that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, last 32. That pattern. Otherwise, of course, you can have the essays first, then the paragraph question, or such a way there must be. So don't write the multiple choice number 1 first, then the short question, then the paragraph, then the essay, then again the multiple choice. No. Keep one, try to follow the very order that's given in the question paper, and keep the margin, just keep the question number in the margin, leave 1 inch for margin, and write neatly. Your answer script should look clean and neat and legible. It has to be read by your examiner, so you have to write in a very good and neat way so that your examiner can understand. And write too much. If you are asked to write 100 words, not more than 1 page. If you are asked to write 300 words, 3 pages. Okay, so don't write too much and don't write too less. Include the points, answer to the point. And here, of course, when we discuss the questions and answers, you will understand how you have to do that. So first we have, I'm discussing the question paper of literary criticism and theory. This is your examination on 5th January. So the pattern, you have 2, 3, 4 types of questions. 4 types of questions. Type 1, answer all the following questions. Each carries 1 mark. So know that the time is 3 hours, maximum marks 80. So first type of questions is multiple choice questions. Answer all the questions, each carries 1 mark. Second type of question is answer any 10 of the following, each carry 2 marks. That is, you have to answer in 1 or 2 sentences. And the next type of question, the third type of question is answer any 4 of the following in 100 words, each carries 5 marks. So for question type 2, 3 and 4, you have choice. For question type 2, answer in 1 or 2 sentences, you are given 12 questions, a bunch of 12 questions, and from these 12 questions you have to answer 10. And for your type 3, you have to answer 4 from a bunch of 6 questions. It's very easy. And from the 4th type of questions, there are 4 questions, and from this you have to answer any 2 in 300 words. That is not more than 3 pages. And ensure that you have 100 words in 1 page of your 3 pages. So 1 plus 1 plus 1, 3 pages. Okay, 300 words. Now let's look at the first question paper. So we discuss 5th semester BA English examination, October 2017. I'm discussing this question first. It is the question paper that was given to the students in 2017 5th semester BA English main examination of our college. So maybe, I'm sure some of these questions are going to repeat. I'm sure about that. So let us look at the questions. I'll be reading the question first. Thereafter I'll be reading the options given, and I'll be suggesting the answer. First question: who considered tragedy superior to epic? Option A, Plato. Option B, Aristotle. Option C, T.S. Eliot. And option D, Abhinavagupta. Now the answer. Who considered tragedy superior to epic? Option B, Aristotle. You can write B, Aristotle. Second question. Dash is the ultimate reality according to Plato. Option A, ideas. Option B, poetry. Option C, tragedy. And option D, truth. Answer: option A, ideas is the ultimate reality according to Plato. Third question from type 1. Dash is the reversal of the situation. Option A, anagnorisis. Option B, peripetia. Option C, hamartia. Option D, catharsis. Correct option is B, peripetia. Peripetia is the reversal of the situation. Fourth question, dash is the soul of tragedy. Option A, plot. Option B, character. Option C, action. Option D, diction. Correct answer is option A, plot. Plot is the soul of tragedy. Fifth question, who is Sahridaya? Sahridaya. Option A, the reader. Option B, the writer. Option C, the editor. Option D, all of the above. The answer is option D, all of the above, because we know that Sahridaya is the appreciative critic. So, the reader, the writer, the editor, together. So, option D, all of the above is the answer. Now, the sixth question, who propounded the Rasa theory? Who propounded the Rasa theory? Option A, Bharata. Option B, Bhatauta. Option C, Abhinavagupta. And option D, Samkuka. The answer is option C, Abhinavagupta. Of course, Bharata suggested, talked about that, but it was made into a theory by Abhinavagupta. So, who propounded Rasa theory? Abhinavagupta. Now, seventh question, the concept of objective correlative is associated with dash. You have to write the name of the critic. Option A, Aristotle. Option B, Plato. Option C, Wordsworth. And option D, T.S. Eliot. So, it's very obvious that in his essay, Hamlet and his problems, T.S. Eliot mentions or introduces the concept objective correlative. So, answer to question number 7, the concept of objective correlative is associated with T.S. Eliot. Option D, T.S. Eliot. Eighth question, Lyrical Ballads was published in the year, option A, 1779, option B, 1799, option C, 1798, and option D, 1789. Answer is C, 1798. Lyrical Ballads was published in the year 1798. And remember, Preface to the Lyrical Ballads is published in the year 1800. Very easy to remember. Now the ninth question, avant-garde is a prominent feature of postmodernism. Option A, postmodernism. Option B, modernism. Option C, structuralism. Option D, Russian formalism. Avant-garde is a prominent feature of option B, modernism. Number 10, question number 10, last question from type A, type 1, multiple choice. Dash was the first phase of evolution of female tradition. A, feminist. Option B, feminine. Option C, female. Option D, none of the above. And the answer is option B, feminine was the first phase of evolution of female tradition, because we know that Elaine Showalter wrote the seminal book, A Literature of Their Own, and in that she speaks about the three phases of the evolution of female tradition. We have first phase 1840 to 1880, feminine. Second, 1880 to 1920, feminist. And third, 1920 to 1960. So the answer, feminine was the first phase of evolution of female tradition. So type 1, 10 multiple choice questions we have answered. Now we have scored 10 marks. It is 10 into 1, 10 marks. We have correctly answered all. Now we come to the second type of questions. Answer any 10 of the following, each carry 2 marks. So here remember, please don't write more than 2 sentences. Answer in 2 sentences, maximum 3 sentences, not more than that. Okay, and the first question, define an ode, give example. So you study about different types of poetic forms, and you study about personal poetry, impersonal poetry, and the question is, what is an ode? Give an example. So you will define ode and you will give name of an ode. So what is an ode? An ode is a long lyric poem that is serious in subject and treatment, elevated in style, and elaborate in its stanzaic structure. Odes often begin with an address. We have examples like Coleridge, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, Dejection and Ode, Collins' Ode to Evening, Percy Bysshe Shelley's Ode to West Wind, and even John Keats' Ode on a Grecian Urn, Ode to Autumn. All these are odes. And now we come to the 12th question. What is ambiguity? What is ambiguity? This question I've seen many a time. Remember, ambiguity means multiple meaning, suggesting multiple meanings, or it can means, ambiguity means plurisignation, signifying different, many meanings. So ambiguity refers to multiple meaning, plurisignation, and the concept of ambiguity was introduced in 1931 by William Emerson, 7 types of ambiguity. So ambiguity is suggesting many meaning, plurisignation or multiple meaning. Now we come to the next question, the 13th question, and the question is, what was Plato's objection to poetry? What was Plato's objection to poetry? According to Plato, poetry appeals to the inferior part of the soul, the irrational, the emotional, cowardly part, and the reader of poetry is seduced into feeling undesirable emotions. Therefore, Plato objected poetry. Now we come to the 14th question, Aristotle's definition of a tragic hero. Who must be a tragic hero according to Aristotle? According to Aristotle, an intermediate kind of a personage, not preeminently virtuous and just. Okay, he must not be very, very good or very, very bad. And his misfortune rise from, or he has a tragic end because of an error in judgment or a tragic flaw, and that is hamartia. That is the definition of tragic hero by Aristotle. And now the 15th question, name any 2 Sanchari Bhavas. Name any 2 Sanchari Bhavas. And okay, there are many Sanchari Bhavas. They are Nirveda, Alasya, Mada, Asuya, etc. Okay, you go to write 2. You are asked 2 Sanchari Bhavas. Write any 2 of these. Next question, what is Uttama Kavya according to Anandavarda? What is Uttama Kavya? And Uttama Kavya is that type of poetry wherein the suggested element reigns supreme. I repeat, Uttama Kavya according to Anandavarda is that type of poetry wherein the suggested element reigns supreme. The suggested element is paramount. It is ruling supreme. And now the 17th question, with which literary movement is Geno criticism associated? Geno criticism is associated with feminist literary criticism. Next question. What was Wordsworth's main objective in writing a preface to Lyrical ballads? Okay, so Wordsworth's main objective, he had of course many objectives in writing prefaced Lyrical ballads, but his main objective is to define the relationship between readers and authors, define the relationship between the authors, the poets and the readers, number one. Number two, to choose incidents and situations from common life, okay, ordinary situations and ordinary lives can be the theme of poetry. And of course his objective was also to elaborate what should be the language of poetry. So these are three of the main objectives. Now we come to the next question. Poetry is not a turning loose of emotion dash personality. Complete the quote. So you are given a quotation, and as you are, the name of the speaker is not mentioned, but we understand that it is T.S. Eliot, and you have to complete. So you have to read the prescribed essays and be familiar with the sentences. So poetry is not a turning loose of emotion dash, complete it. And the answer is, poetry is not a turning loose of emotion but an escape from emotion. It is not the expression of personality but an escape from personality. I repeat, poetry is not a turning loose of emotion but an escape from emotion. It is not the expression of personality but an escape from personality. Now the 20th question. Mention two prominent features of absurd literature. So we have Martin Esslin, Albert Camus. Then of course we have Samuel Beckett. Yeah, we have Waiting for Godot, the play. Okay, so absurd literature, prominent features. One of the prominent features of absurd literature is dark humor. Waiting for Godot, Harry Pinter's The Dumb Waiter, Edward Albee, all this you come across dark humor, humor that rise from the suffering of others, very much obvious in the Waiting for Godot of Beckett. So dark humor is one of the features. Number two is lack of reason, irrationality. There is no reason for the suffering of men. And the third feature is, you are asked two prominent features. One is dark humor. Number two is lack of reason. Number three is, this absurd literature is often satiric. And in absurd plays, we have the inability of the characters to communicate effectively. They fail to communicate effectively. So we have said four right now. There are many, we are asked only two. Now, what is a sonnet? So define sonnet. What's a sonnet? We know that sonnet is a lyric poem which is in 14 lines, and there are different types of sonnets. You have the Petrarchan sonnet, we have the English sonnet, the Shakespearean sonnet, the Italian sonnet. We understand that, okay, sonnets are 14 lines. We have the octave followed by the sestet, or rather we have the three quatrains followed by two rhyming lines or a couplet. Okay, and we have different rhyme schemes in sonnets. Okay, so remember all the 154 sonnets written by William Shakespeare, the greatest poet. Okay, and we know that the poet is suggesting a problem in the first part, first quatrain, then he is elaborating that in the second, and third he comes to a third, and of course the final couplet he comes to a solution. And now the next question, 22nd question, what is Vyanjana? And Vyanjana is a concept of Anandavardhana. And according to Anandavardhana, Vyanjana is the source of poetic charm. Vyanjana is the source of poetic charm. So, we have completed discussion of type 2, 12 short questions to be answered in 1 or 2 sentences we finished. Now we come to the third type. Answer any four of the following in 100 words. Each carries 5 marks. Very, very important. It's very difficult to score full 5 unless and until we have very good language, all the points, good beginning and good ending. 100 words. 1 page of your answer script must be written. So calculate. If you have 5 words in a line, okay, 20 lines would make 100 words. So you can write 1 page. So answer any 4 of the following in 100 words. First question. Write a note on Plato's views on art. A note on Plato's views on art. Paragraph and essays. I'm just introducing the questions. You have to answer. You have studied it. You have the textbook. Prepare. Very important. Plato, Aristotle. Very important. Write a note on Plato's views on art. 24th question. Symbolism. What is symbolism? Define symbolism. Define the critics or the people associated with symbolism. The time it was very, very effective or rather dominant symbolism. Next question, 25th question. Negative capability. What is negative capability? I give examples for negative capability. Who is the critic or person, the theoretician who is associated with negative capability? Okay, feminist poetics. It is of course feminist literary criticism. The key points or the basic principles of feminist poetics. Now the 27th question. Explain Dhwani theory. What is Dhwani? And who is the critic associated with Dhwani? What are the basic notions of Dhwani? And the next is, what is samsarga? Define samsarga, the important aspects, examples, good literary works which have of course samsarga. Okay, what is samsarga? Now we come to the type 4. Answer any 2 of the following in 300 words. Each carry 15 marks. 15 marks. So 2 questions you have to answer. There are 4. Take the easiest 2 and write it with very good introduction. All the points, don't miss any points. So the first question, Aristotle's observations on tragedy. Okay, give an introduction about Aristotle, the significance of poetics, the time he lived, and the time, of course, the theoretical treatise Poetics was written. And what is poetics? Okay, the content of poetics and whatever he tells about, Aristotle speaks about tragedy, definition of tragedy, elements of tragedy, all these 6 elements elaborately discussed. Why is tragedy superior to epic? All that neatly written, good language. Okay, you will get 10 plus. If you're lucky, 15. Okay, next question. Elucidate Abhinavagupta's theory on Rasa. The Rasa theory. Complete ideas about Rasa theory. Okay, very comprehensive introduction about Abhinavagupta, his contribution, Rasa theory, one by definition, different aspects of Rasa theory. Okay, and all the points, don't miss any points. 31st question, that is the third essay question. Saussure's concept of language and sign, Okay, so Ferdinand de Saussure, who is the father of modern linguistics, okay, course in general linguistics, he speaks about language, defines language, speaks about lang and parole, speaks about sign, signifier and signified. He speaks about, of course, the syntagmatic, paradigmatic, the synchronic, diachronic, okay, all the important concepts that are suggested by, defined by, explained by Ferdinand de Saussure. You have to write in detail Saussure's concept of lang and sign and the arbitrariness of the sign again. Now the next question, the last question, fourth essay question. Critically analyze Eliot's observations in the essay Tradition and the Individual Talent. Very important question. It comes recurringly, repeatedly. So prepare a very good essay on T.S. Eliot's Tradition and Individual Talent. Okay, so this is in fact the question paper of 2017, and in the next video I'll be discussing the question paper of literary criticism and theory of the year 2019. Similarly, I'll be discussing all the papers of 5th semester. So next video you will have the discussion of yet another question paper of literary criticism and theory. Similarly, I'll be discussing the question papers of language and linguistics. I'm planning to discuss, I've collected 5 semesters question papers, okay, for all these courses, and I'm planning to discuss all, at least 2 or 3 of these question papers of each course will be discussed. Thank you very much for listening. Just get answers to all these questions. These are all very important questions which come repeatedly. Prepare very well and get full score and ensure that you accomplish all your dreams. May God bless you. Thank you very much for listening.